Hello and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am S.A. Ufoma with the news. And on the news update, there are chances that politicians found guilty of tax evasion will be barred from seeking electoral offices. The plan was made known by the chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele. Taiwo noted that an amendment to an existing tax law will be sent to the National Assembly to ensure tax compliance and prevent default by the political class. In this report, few Nigerians shared their thoughts with Value Chain TV concerning the development. The report.
I don't see anything that is bad in it. You understand? If any politicians are not paid the tax, they should be banned them from the politics. Tax has a meaning and many things for the nation to grow. Without tax, the payment of the workers cannot be paid. Without tax, development cannot go. So everybody must pay his tax, even including me and you too. As a journalist, you must pay your tax. So there is no problem about paying tax. So if you are not paying tax, if the government ban, even including me, if I want to protest, government should ban me from politics.
I think that's a very good development because for any country the government of any country to thrive, you know, they must also depend on internally generated revenue, and most of it come from, you know, tax. And when citizens, you know, run away from, you know, paying their tax, it's actually a way of revolting against the country. You know, I think tax is very, very essential, because for any citizen to portray, first of all, patriotism in the country, it must first of all be able to pay the tax. You know, so if a politician tries to get himself exempted from paying tax because it's actually by dubious means, because the Constitution recognizes, you know, every citizen to be able to pay tax in one way or the other. So I don't see any politician qualified to contest election if, you know, the politician cannot, you know, carry out very simple services like payment of tax in the country.
Thousands of commuters in the Federal Capital Territory, Nasarawa, Niger, Gombe, Sokoto and Anambra states are reported to be stranded from the scarcity of premium motor spirit, PMS, just as a number of filling stations are reported closed in the areas affected. Oil marketers have indicated that they would hold a meeting with the management of the retail subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to know the cause of the shortage and how to tackle it. Meanwhile, efforts by Value Chain TV to reach the NNPC Limited for the explanation on the development was unsuccessful. Away from that now, the President Bola Tinubu has approved the takeoff of the first phase of the Consumer Credit Scheme, CCS, with the disbursement of 100 billion naira. Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngalale, said that the scheme is aimed at improving the quality of life of Nigerians through access to goods and services. Ngalale explained that the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, Creditcorp, has launched a portal for Nigerians to express interest in receiving consumer credit. In a sudden double punch to consumers, MultiChoice Nigeria has announced an increase in prices for its DSTV and GoTV packages. Chief Executive Officer of MultiChoice, John Ugbe, disclosed in a statement conveying the hike with effect from May 1st, 2024. He said the increase is necessitated by rising operational costs. Telecommunication operators under the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators of Nigeria and the Association of Telecommunication Companies of Nigeria have joined in advocating for price increments. Value Chain TV spoke to some Nigerians regarding the increase amid financial challenges and economic uncertainties. The report.
I think for me, it's for a user, it's unfair. Yeah, for a use, from the perspective of a user, you might say it's unfair. But considering from the perspective of the investor, every investor invest for the purpose of making profits. Then looking at the inflation rates as we speak, so many other factors, they need to maintain their infrastructure, they need to increase staff payment, the fuel hike and all of that. From an investor perspective, maybe it's justified, but as a user, I think it's not justified and it's unfair to us.
It is daytime robbery on consumers. Let's start with MultiChoice, for example. When there's no electricity, MultiChoice will bill you. You understand? They don't have pay as you go plan. There's no electricity, they stop billing you. So they are ripping the public off. They are ripping consumers off. There's no need for them to seek for any increase in their tariff. They should lower it. That is one. You go to the networks, all the networks. It's also a rip-off. Rip-off in the sense that when you subscribe to them, they don't give you value for your money. You don't have value for your money. So why should they increase it? Why should they increase the tariff? Because already people are suffering in the first place. MTN, for instance, look at the way they operate in South Africa. It's not how they operate here in Nigeria.
And for the industry story, a joint committee of the House of Representatives has summoned the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Mr. Mele Kyari, over environmental degradation in oil-producing communities. Chairman of the House of Committee on Environment, Pondi Julius Bagbojo, announced the summons during a hearing on the need to investigate the service and unprecedented environmental damage within the oil-producing communities. Kyari is to appear before the committee on 8th of May. The federal government has revoked 924 inactive mining licenses. Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Dele Alake, said the measure was taken to stop license racketeering, as miners have facilitated a black market for acquiring mining titles. The revoked licenses include 528 exploration licenses, 20 mining leases, 101 quarry, and 273 small-scale mining licenses. Alake said they are now open for new investors to apply on the first-come, first-served basis, adding that owners of revoked mining licenses have 30 days to redeem them by paying a fee of 10 million naira. You may be walking past a prisoner who has escaped custody, as it has been confirmed that 119 inmates of the Medium Security Custodial Center, Suleja, Niger State, have escaped. Their escape follows hours of heavy downpour which destroyed parts of the prison facilities. Spokesman of the Federal Capital Territory FCT Command of the Nigeria Correctional Service, Adamu Duza, said the service has recaptured 10 of the fleeing inmates and taken them into custody, while still in a hot chase to recapture the rest in its collaborative efforts with sisters agencies. A man has been arrested for attempting to write the 2024 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations for his son. Details surrounding the identities of the man and the location of the incidents remain undisclosed, even as the Registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAMB, Professor Ishak Oloyede, revealed during a press briefing that no fewer than 1.94 million candidates sat for the 2024 examinations across the country. As investigations unfold, the concerns of the public is whether the perpetrators will face justice. Let's find out from Nigerians their reactions to this development.
Education is actually best legacy a parent can bequeath to children, not just in Nigeria but globally. However, one of the parents has been caught in Kaduna State writing exams for his ward. We are here to find out from people on how it feels on the educational system of Nigeria.
Personally, I feel if a father should impersonate, should be in this out of impersonation, I feel that the least J term should be six months to 1 year. Yes, because I feel this educational system is actually degrading and is not actually telling a good thing on the youth. So personally, I feel young ones or this coming generation should actually read. They should try to see to it that they pass their papers.
He should try to educate his child in his home. and put him through how to write the exam before the writing final examination. I don't know their rule and regulation, but it's a part of exam malpractice. So they will judge him according to the rule of the government.
That's too bad. It's too bad. It shows that the standard of education in Nigeria is diminishing. You know, to even allow a father to come into the premises where students are writing jam, it shows that there is a collaboration, between the organizers of that particular section and the father. I think it is because they are seeing that there are some awards given to outstanding students, and they want to get it for their children by all means. I think this to me is trying to rub it out to people. Allow the children to be what God wants them to be. You don't know what God wants them to be.
Revamping the educational system of the country is not just the sole responsibility of the government, but also the parents. Kabir Lawal, reporting for Value Chain TV.
And that's it on Value Chain TV News Update. I am S.A. Ufoma. Thanks for staying with us.